Assalamu alaikum class. Hope you will be fine. Today our topic is molecular motors or the biomotors. Before we go to understand the molecular motor and the biomotor, we should know the common motors which are used in our home and in the industry. The common motors which are used in the industry, they work on the principle that they take the electrical energy and convert that energy into the mechanical force, and that mechanical force used to work in the industry. Molecular motors and the biomotors also work on the same principle. They also use some energy and convert that energy into the mechanical forces to perform the some mechanical work in our cellular organization. So what's the difference between the molecular motors and the common motors which are used every day in our life? Actually, these molecular motors are the molecules and macromolecules which are normally the biomolecules. So they are also called the molecular motors and the biomolecular motors. They act as a common motors and they are very small in size. So how the molecular motors or the biomotors get the energy? We know that the ATP is the universal currency of the energy in the biological system and is generated from the glucose by a sequence of reactions called the glycolysis. And you have learned the glycolysis in the previous semester. The hydrolysis of ATP to ADP and inorganic phosphate is energetically favorable, and the pool of ATP in a cell is far higher than that of its hydrolysis product. So ATP serves as a remarkable store of chemical energy that is used to perform the various cellular functions. And we also know that adenosine triphosphate is also called the molecule of energy that drives many biochemical reactions like muscle construction, DNA and protein synthesis. And we also see its structure. It contains 3 phosphoric acid group and have the 2 high energy bond. And we know when a 1 high energy bond is broken down, it produces at least more than 7 kilocalorie energy and ATP. So after understanding the molecular motors, we should see what the molecular motors do in the biological environment. Actually, the molecular motors or the molecular proteins are involved in several critical cellular functions which are ranging from even ATP synthesis and muscle contraction. It means that number of ATP energy synthesis is also done by the molecular motors, and then the other molecular motors use this ATP energy. Because dozens of the different motors proteins coexist in every eukaryotic system, but they differ in the types of the filament they bind. For example, they bind to the actin or microtubule. The direction in which they move along the filament or parallel to the filament, and the cargo they carry. The superfamilies of molecular motors are kinesin, dynein, and myosin. If we see one of the example of the flagellar motors, the flagellar and the flagellated bacteria such as the E. coli swim by rotating the thin helical filaments, each driven at its base by a reversible rotary motor powered by an ion flux. Dipeptides and control the direction of flagellar rotation. If a leg of the search is deemed favorable, the cell is extended towards that direction. To completely understand a molecular motor, we will discuss and study the ATP synthase. ATP synthase is one of the wonders of molecular world. ATP synthase is an enzyme, a molecular motor, and an ion pump wrapped together in an amazing nanoscale machine. Actually, ATP synthase enzyme catalyzes ATP synthesis and hydrolysis, and it plays an indispensable role in our cells building. Most of the ATP that powers our cellular processes. So we should know where it is found. It is a membrane enzyme found in the bacterial plasma membrane. They are present in the thiolate membrane in chloroplast, the inner mitochondrial membrane of eukaryotic cell as well. To understand the functioning of ATP synthase, we should know the parts of the ATP synthase. The human mitochondrial ATP synthase consists of the two functional domains, F1 situated in the mitochondrial matrix and F0 located in the inner mitochondrial membrane. It uses the energy created by the proton electrochemical gradients to phosphorylate ADP to ATP. As it's visible in the diagram, it has the two domain. F1 domain contains the alpha and beta alternative unit, and there is a subunit stalk and the stator, and F0 domain consists of the stator, the F0 domain is the hydrophobic domain, sits in the membrane, perform the proton translocation. The F1 domain is the hydrophilic domain portion protrudes from the membrane, perform the ATP synthesis and hydrolysis, and it consists of the three alternating alpha and the beta subunit as visible in the diagram. ATP makes by the ATP synthase by adding the ADP and inorganic phosphate. ADP plus inorganic phosphate and energy from the proton diffuses across the membrane with the gradient gives the ATP. The overall equation shows that ADP plus Pi plus proton which are charged outside the membrane and the proton gradient is very high comes inside the membrane and the energy diffuses from that protons get by the ADP and Pi and converted into the ATP. See all of this process in sequence. First, a proton gradient is established. The proton collect on one side of the membrane as is visible in the animated diagram. Then the proton flows through a channel in the enzyme, causing the protein subunits to rotate. When these subunits rotate with the help of the stalk which rotate in 120-degree increment, causes the units in the F1 domain to contract and expand. The structural changes facilitate the binding of the ATP, ADP and the Pi to make the ATP. And in this process, each subunit goes through three changes or three stages. One is the open state, releases any ATP which are already formed. Second one is loose state. In loose state, ADP and Pi molecules allows to enter the subunit. And in the tight stage, the subunit contract to bind these molecules and make the ATP. And then again in the open state, these ATP will be released. There are some interesting facts about this amazing machine. That is, it contains the 22,722 atoms and 23,211 bonds connected as the 2,987 amino acid groups. This nano machine contains 120 helix and 94 sheet units. It can generate over 100 kg of ATP daily in human cell. And it is one of the oldest enzyme appeared earlier than the photosynthetic or respiratory enzyme, and it is the smallest rotary machine ever known. So you can say that what are the molecular motors and what major work they can perform.